Our first stop is in Ankeny, Iowa, Sterling Long-Term Care Pharmacy. This is a closed-door pharmacy, meaning it's not open to the public. Currently, they have 3 staff pharmacists, 2 consultation pharmacists, 5 drivers, and around 8 technicians. Unlike retail pharmacy, long-term care pharmacy doesn't receive prescriptions but rather orders, meaning once the resident goes home, Sterling can transfer their medications to their regular pharmacy. Instead, they provide the patient with extra 10 days worth of medication until they're able to obtain a prescription. C2s can be faxed in and partially filled as long as this total fill amount doesn't exceed original quantity. Unit dose medications are heat pressed and provided on a 30-day cycle. Starting in January, brand name medications will have to be provided in a 14-day cycle. Medications not used up can be returned back and can only be reused if Sterling receives credit back from insurance companies. Pharmacy records have to be kept for 10 years. Sterling provides services for 10 different facilities, one of which is ChildServe. ChildServe is a company located in Des Moines, Iowa that provides care for chronically ill children. Aside from unit dosing, Sterling provides compounding services to ChildServe. This is a list of medications they compound on a regular basis along with storage specifications and expiration dates. One medication not on this list, methadone, is a product they compound for babies born to meth-addicted mothers to help wean off the baby from meth. Sterling also provides sterile compounding and different IV products such as Vanco. Our next stop is Nevada, Iowa, Parkview Pharmacy. Peter Bilden is a small-town boy from North Dakota and a third-generation pharmacist. Peter graduated from North Dakota State and worked for Osco Drug first 2 years after graduation. He then worked for Eli Lilly in Des Moines, Iowa, but didn't like it. He then went back to Osco and worked as a manager, and in 1984, he bought an Osco store in Boone, Iowa, followed by a store in Grinnell, Iowa, and a store in Arizona. Since then, he's downsized and only owns Parkview Pharmacy. Peter, or Pete, opened Parkview Pharmacy 13 years ago. The building has 3,000 square feet and is located on a 3-acre lot. Its closest pharmacy is Walmart, about 7 miles out. Businesses nearby include Fairway and McDonald's. When he first opened Parkview Pharmacy, he sold greeting cards 50% off as a way to get the ladies through the door. For him, this marketing strategy worked. Today, Parkview is part of the Health Mart stores and offers a large OTC and home healthcare product selection. Because it is a Health Mart pharmacy, he's required to have a certain square footage reserved for Hallmark. In 2005, he added on a lab for non-sterile and sterile compounding. A pulmonologist close by had a need for special nebulizer solutions. He wanted Parkview to make a less concentrated solution of albuterol, as well as different kinds of steroidal admixtures. Due to the amount of extra work the sterile compounding requires, Parkview has only focused on regular compounding. Parkview fills an average of 850 prescriptions per week and employs 1 full-time pharmacist and 3 technicians. Parkview uses McKesson computer system and finds they can keep the inventory much lower if it's ordered by hand rather than letting the system auto-order. Pete believes inventory control is the most important component. Pete's wife is a CPA and does all of the bookkeeping. They pay their staff pretty well, however, don't provide health insurance. If he could do it all over again, he only wishes he did it sooner. Our next stop is Eagle Grove Pharmacy in Eagle Grove, Iowa. Nikki Cooper, pharmacist and owner of Eagle Grove Pharmacy, graduated from Iowa in 1979. Her first job was at Walgreens. She only stayed with them for 6 months because there was a lack of patient interaction. She then worked for another independent in Fort Dodge, then in Clarion, and finally in 1984 decided to open Eagle Grove on her own. As time and money allowed, Cooper redid the floor plan and moved the pharmacy from the front to the back, which that space was used as a garage. Currently, Eagle Grove employs 2 full-time pharmacists and are looking to hire on a part-time pharmacist. They have 4 technicians, a floor manager, and a cashier up front. In terms of numbers, they've gone from 2 prescriptions a day to an average of 300 prescriptions a day. At Eagle Grove, diabetic education is a big deal. Cooper's taught it forever, never got paid for it, but now has the option to bill for her services. She's hoping to do this by opening up Mickey's Wellness and Diabetic Center. Eagle Grove also provides unit dosing to one nursing home in the area, which in Cooper's words is usually plenty for an independent. They also provide a small amount of compounding, such as making an arginine liquid compound for a little girl with a genetic disease. They make salicylic acid 40% in Vaseline, but that's about it. They also offer vaccinations, mostly Zostavax. The pharmacy recently switched from McKesson Computer Systems to RX30 system. RX30 is more accommodating when you want changes made. They also help you keep a closer eye on your bottom line. The pharmacy also owns a ScriptPro robot that stores 100 drugs, which helps out a lot. Inventory control for independents is huge. Currently, Cooper keeps track of her inventory on her computer. She knows how much of everything she has, and the buying group that she's part of helps her determine when she can order. This buying group, or CPA, binds a bunch of independents together, and they let you know when a drug is going generic, when not to buy too much, and what the price is, and how much it's going to drop. Overall, a positive force for independents. Mickey Cooper has been a pharmacist for 33 years and has taken care of one family for 32 some years. So kinda womb to tomb, as she likes to say. And although patients have a lot of choices now, they still come back to Mickey and say, "Man, those other guys don't know who I am." Next stop was Fort Dodge, Iowa, Daniel Pharmacy. John Daniel, pharmacist and owner of Daniel Pharmacy, graduated from Iowa in early 1960s. Originally, he wanted to go to Ames and be an engineer, however, decided on pharmacy. After graduation, he worked for another pharmacy for about 2 to 3 years, and then started from scratch in 1966 when his dad found him a corner store, which is today's Daniel Pharmacy. Currently, they staff 3 full-time pharmacists and 1 part-time pharmacist. They do 400 prescriptions a day, with Mondays being the busiest day of the week, where the numbers range from 5 to 600 prescriptions a day. Daniel Pharmacy is part of Health Mart Pharmacy. Aside from Hallmark department, the front end features OTC products, home medical equipment, diabetic shoes, and other diabetic necessities. In the future, Daniel Pharmacy is looking to add on a couple of consultation rooms for vaccinations. They provide influenza vaccinations and have a collaborative agreement to give pneumonia and tetanus vaccines without a prescription. Pharmacy uses Pharmacy RX computer system, but are looking to switch to Computer RX. They own a ScriptPro that stores just over 200 drugs. They're still in the process of double counting everything filled by ScriptPro via this automatic pill counter. Recently, they also switched to vials and bottles that are a little more economical. They come in brown, amber, and blue color. To have better inventory control, Daniel Pharmacy is part of IPC, Independent Pharmacy Cooperative, a national buying group to help them make better purchasing decisions. Daniel Pharmacy does a fair amount of compounding, mostly for kids and middle-aged adults. However, they do not bill insurance for compounding services, cash only. They provide hormone replacement therapy capsules, lozenges, and troches. They make a lot of lansoprazole and omeprazole suspensions, as well as vancomycin oral liquid. They also compound a few pet medications, metronidazole being the most common. They also make a cyclovir lidocaine lip balm for cold sores. This chart, which shows all the different compounding bases available, helps their compounder determine what bases to use. It requires that you know chemical properties of the drug before selecting appropriate base. Some of the unique delivery devices include the AccuPen delivery device. The PCCA device can be calibrated to desired amount of drug you want delivered. Top-U-Click, featured in this picture. Each click dispenses a certain amount of grams of the medication, and it can hold about 35 milliliters. They use this for certain hormone compounds or pain relief compounds. Treat, which comes in handy for pet medications. In the future, Daniel Pharmacy is looking to hire a compounder and expand this service, mainly because their competitors don't compound. Last month, another independent pharmacy closed because the owner was ready to retire, making Daniel Pharmacy the last independent in Fort Dodge. This means more and more patients are coming to Daniel Pharmacy. Since it's a family-run business, they like to take the wife's next-door decor shop and convert it into different consultation rooms for vaccinations and compounding area. They also like to add in and expand on diabetic education. Our next stop was in Waverly, Iowa, Meyer Pharmacy. Meyer Pharmacy was redesigned around '95 to be more patient care focused. This means the front end was a triage where technicians work closer to the back and orders work towards the middle where they're put into a basket system for pharmacist verification. This design puts the pharmacist closer to the front, making them more accessible to patients. The big downside of this design is that the pharmacist ends up having their back to the customer, but it does make the pharmacist more approachable and also allows the pharmacist to see the OTC aisles. Meyer Pharmacy recently switched from Prada RDS robot to Script Pro robot, which makes less noise. Their retail pharmacy currently uses QS1 software and RX and are looking to make the switch to computer RX. One unique product Meyer has is the Fill Master. This machine simplifies mixing and flavoring of reconstitutables. You simply scan the barcode on the side of the bottle, select if you want to reconstitute it, flavor it, or if you want to do both. Recommended flavors will light up, and with the touch of a button, you have an accurate amount of water and flavor dispensed. It saves you up a lot of time, and it's mess-free. Patients, especially parents of small children, really like this service. With a big push in the industry for medication adherence, Meyer Pharmacy provides unit dose packaging for individual patient needs. Their service is marketed to 30 to 40-year-olds who pick up medications for their older parents. Currently, they have 34 to 32 patients using the service, and they charge $10 for 10 or less medications a month, and for over that, they charge $15 a month. They find that the 7-day cards are easiest. Right now, one person handles packaging and usually does it a couple of days per week, starting on Monday and finishing up by Sunday. Although Meyer Pharmacy does not profit from this service, it ensures that patients stick with their pharmacy. Meyer also provides durable medical equipment like walkers, wheelchairs, and hospital beds. As Ryan says, medical equipment is something that you're either in or out, since Medicare accreditation is quite expensive. To receive accreditation, you have to pay J-code to come and grade the pharmacist's ability to provide a service and training to patients. If you pass, you get a Medicare accreditation number. Along with durable medical equipment, Meyer staffs a respiratory therapist that does home oxygen, CPAP, and BiPAP. In order to cater to younger moms, Meyer offers skincare line of products, as well as breast pumps, nipple guards, and other nursing items. The consultation room they have right now serves as an overstock room for Hallmark. In the future, they'd like to start a blood pressure club, diabetes club, and do patient education in this room. Also, a spa night with skincare line to attract younger moms. The compounding side of Meyer Pharmacy has its own license, and therefore they don't bill insurance, everything is cash. They do provide a claim form to the patient to submit to their insurance for potential reimbursement. The compounding pharmacy uses PCCA products and computer software. They do not do any sterile compounding, only traditional compounding of creams, ointments, thyroid, and hormone replacement therapies. One pediatric product they dispense a lot is tetracaine lollipops. Meyer Pharmacy also has a third license to operate a long-term care pharmacy in the back. It's a closed-door pharmacy that services 2 facilities. Having a separate pharmacy license makes it eligible for different rebates from brand-name drug companies of up to 2 to 3% back. The pharmacy uses Framework computer software and only is taken care of by one full-time technician. Since there are 3 pharmacies operating under one roof with 3 different licenses, Meyer employs a full-time bookkeeper and office manager. All invoices and inventory are kept separate, so if you have to borrow a drug from LTC's side, there has to be paperwork to reflect that you're borrowing that inventory.